God.
Shalom, shalom. Welcome to another edition of the Couch Captivity Created. This is Officer Yazir, the Officer Kuta, bringing another good lesson to you. We got Officer Apiyak on the boards behind the camera today. You know what I'm saying? It's a team effort, right? So first and foremost, I want to start off by giving Call Halal Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's all praises to the Most High. in the name of his only begotten son, that how it shall the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? This is the Long Beach, the LBC Wolfpack section of the SICARRI, right? And for those of you that haven't seen the show, might be tuning in for the first time, this is the couch that Captivity created, right? We right here in the LBC, coming to you live from the hood, right? Talking real talk. You know what I'm saying? Just bringing it to you real. And, you know, my topic for today is just about, in general, it's about enduring hard times, or enduring this oppression that we're under. Because, you know, for the most part, as a nation, wrong pipe. Hey, look, why do they say, I'll be honest, why they say it went down the wrong pipe?
There's only one esophagus.
How many pipes do you think you got? Pause. Hey, anyway, y'all good, y'all king? Take you another swallow. Take you another sip, man. Take you another sip. Get situated. You know what I'm saying? Right? So, who we got in the chat up here?
Unchained Mind SICARRI Israelite. Rappa Hall.
Rappa Hall. Shalom, Rappa Hall. Ain't seen you in a minute. I see Soldier Gawan.
Enrique here.
You feel me? I see Enrique. Shalom, Enrique.
Rob in here.
Shalom, Rob. Shalom, family. Hey, this is what we need to do, fam. Hit that like button and hit that share button and post it in all the chats that y'all in. Post it on your page. You know what I'm saying? Get your friends and your family up in here, right? Because we got that bread. Sometimes we got that bread that you won't hunger from, and that's that word. And that's what we need. We need to get that word out there to the flock so that we can get these numbers up so that the king can return and reclaim his kingdom. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not comfortable being in oppression. You know what I'm saying? Even brothers that's considered, you know, successful, wealthy, right? They still got what you call nigga issues, right? Even the richest brothers, whether it's Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, whatever the case may be. The folks get behind you. Sometimes it's worse when you got it, right? Because if you want a nice whip, you know what I'm saying? Let's say a brother is successful, right? He go to the league, and you from Inglewood, so I know you know plenty of brothers that done went to the league hooping, or football, or whatever the case, right? Let's say a brother go to the league and he come back after his first rookie year, come back with a new whip. What are you gonna look like to the cops? Is he gonna look like a successful brother that made it, you know, to the league and put in all that hard work, all the way from Pop Warner to high school to college, into the pros? You know what I'm saying? Bruised and battered his body. Are they gonna consider that, or are they gonna say, let's get behind this fella right here and see what he up to? You feel what I'm saying? So it don't matter if you're rich, poor, slanging, balling, a doctor, lawyer. If you're an Israelite, you are not outside of that captivity. They will rope you up, right? And these are dark times. You see what I'm saying? Because the closer we get to the end, the more the devil gonna fight not to lose. You see what I'm saying? And the more souls the devil gonna try to take with it. You know what I'm saying? To that second death, right? But what we striving for, and Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, whenever that time comes, you know what I'm saying? The Most High will say, good job, my son. Take a seat, right? Work your way into the kingdom. But the number one thing I run into is brothers go through some adversity, and instead of drawing closer to the Most High, they go, you know what, man? I just been going through it, and you know, it's all chaotic right now. You know, I lost my job, I did this, I did that, my car broke, you know, whatever the normal things we got to go through. And they say, yeah, I just need some time away to figure things out. Guess what, folks? That ain't the approach, right? It says bear one another's burden, right? If you bearing your brother's burdens, when he going through it, you're gonna lift him up and hold him steady through them turbulent times, right? And then vice versa. The last thing you want to do is draw away from the Most High and away from the brotherhood in times of trouble. Right? So that's my intro. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to set it up for you. Now, with that in mind, I'm gonna go to one of my favorites. You got your popcorn? I'm gonna go to one of my favorites. Sure you good?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were still like trying to get it figured out. Right? I'm gonna go to SICARRI 2, right? One of my go-tos. I love this little I love reading this almost on a daily basis, sometimes several times a day, just to remind myself, hey man, it don't matter. You're not supposed to feel comfortable in this captivity. No matter how much you think you're putting in work and you deserve a break, you shouldn't expect that. You should expect the opposite, knowing that you're in this truth and knowing that you're doing the work of the Most High, right? So I'm gonna start out with my all-time favorite. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that quick out from the top.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16.
No, SICARRI 2. Okay. Right. You got that pulled up and up?
Come.
Just double check the yeah, you good to go.
God.
The man is a pro on the switchboard already, right? Watch Franks. Right, let me get that quick up.
This is the book of SICARRI, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right? So that's a key scripture right there. You have to embed that in your heart, as they would call it in the Western world. But embed that into your mind, into your consciousness. Because a lot of brothers go wrong because they think, all right, I've been living this wicked life, going through all these trials and tribulations of the world. Now that I come to the truth, maybe the Most High gonna take some of the pressure off. But guess what? The Most High might appreciate you coming to the truth, but guess what the devil gonna do? The devil gonna try to pull you right back down, like crabs in a bucket. And you know, when I say the devil, it could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be your associates, right? It could be some random person you don't know, but the devil gonna shoot his shots as soon as you come to the truth. Read that again.
God. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare thy soul for temptation, right? What is temptation? Many forms, right? We know the law. We know we're supposed to follow the law. We know the law is the light, and it keeps us out of this darkness. It takes us from a life of death, a valley of dry bones, into a life of light with flesh on the bones, right? And a breath of life. That's what this word is. That's what the law is, right? It's all for your spirit, right? It's a connection between you and the Most High spiritually. That's what it is. It's an exercise to build your spirit, right? And a man with a weak spirit is going to succumb to the flesh, right? You come to this truth. What if you run across a bad little honey, right? And you get to talking to her and y'all vibing, but then you figure out, oh, she got a man. Now, a temptation would be, oh, but she ain't married in Esau's law, right? But if you know she dealing with a man, you know our law, and you know that that's adultery. That's another man's wife because sex is marriage, right? So that's an example of a temptation. Another example of a temptation is maybe you used to cheat a little bit before you come into this truth. Times get rough. You stressed out. Brother want to go, well, maybe this one time. Look, man, one time is all it takes for you to fall off. You don't know when that clock going to hit, so you need to be right. All right? Go ahead, read that again, and then go all the way down to 5.
God. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Set thy heart aright And what? Read that again.
And constantly endure.
Constantly endure. Daily, several times a day, devil gonna be shooting his arrows at you, throwing rocks at you, popping bullets at you. You're gonna have to duck, dive, and get yourself in position, but you gotta set your heart aright. You gotta expect it. You gotta expect that the turbulent times is gonna come. Right? You can't come into this walk thinking it's gonna be all milk and honey. Right? You gotta understand what this book says. Right? Go ahead, King.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Don't trip when they get a little rough. You keep it pushing. You keep your faith, right? And you keep practicing these laws diligently. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Verse 3, cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right? Cleave unto the Most High. That means do what the Most High said, follow his law, statutes, and commandments. Right? That means honor brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Bear your brother's burdens. Right? You know what I'm saying? Let brotherhood continue. Not, I think I need some time away. I'm going through it. All that translates to me is, I just want to go be wicked for a little while because my spirit is weak and I'm dealing with the flesh right now. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Be patient when you fall off that high horse, right? Be patient. Look at the brother Job. It's a prime example. You see what I'm saying? I'll get into a little bit of Job later, but the bottom line is that brother was balling at the highest of levels, right? Said he had milk and honey flowing from his front doorstep, right? Butter. The man was butter. When he walked down the street, people, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what's up, Joe? You know what I'm saying? He was at a very high stature. What did the Most High do? The Most High allowed Satan to tempt him by taking everything away from him, right? But Job didn't break. Job remained faithful, and he even in his lowest state, he continued to get the Most High the glory, you know what I'm saying, for giving him that light, for giving him that understanding, and never lost his love for the Most High, you know what I'm saying, and gave into the flesh. Go ahead.
Verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Come. Just hit, remind me tomorrow. Come, Salaki, you got Windows pop-ups. Like I said, the devil always trying to jump in. On time.
I had a precept.
Precept? What you got, King?
For temptation, Matthew 26:41.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get that. Matthew 26:41.
Hold on,
That's a
let me pull it
good
up. Let me pull it up.
Go. All praise. Hey, this is a collaborative effort, right? We got 3 Shikarium in here and a war dog and a soldier, right? It's loaded. So we're gonna have precepts flying. I want y'all to make sure y'all got anything to chime in. Chime in. You too, sis. Feel free. You already know. I'm gonna be like, hey, man, land the plane, guys. Y'all all right. Guys, I'm be like, guys, y'all land the plane. Jump in there, man. Right? And look, let me go back to the let me see the chat up for y'all real quick before I jump in there.
Give me 1 sec. All right, I'm there. All right, I'm here. You want to see the chat?
Yeah, let me see the chat real quick. Look, chat. This is an interactive class, right? I want y'all to be interactive in this chat. I'm gonna pose some questions, right? I'm gonna put some points out there. If you got questions or comments, right? Or if I pose a question and you know the answer, hey, chime in, family. That's how we learn together. Because look, when you chime in, we eat too. We get fed. You see what I'm saying? It's a reciprocal thing here. So bring that out, Padak.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 26, and verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Beautiful precept, right? What we were just talking about. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak, right? So you can endure these trying times through the spirit. But if you lean on your flesh and your worldly understanding, it's gonna be easier. Like how I said, it'll be easier for a rich man, for a camel to walk through the eye of the needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Right? So look, it's easier. That same thing applies if you're gonna try to lean on your fleshly understanding to obtain righteousness. That's just like trying to walk a camel through the eye of the needle, right? And not a literal needle that you sew with, but a very narrow passage that a dromedary ain't supposed to go to. You know what I'm saying? So look, you need to work on your spirit. And what is spiritual? The law is spiritual. See what I'm saying? While we there, get group 4 for them, right? Before I go to the next one. Group 4 and 28. See what I'm saying? Sarge brought this out one time when I was still a prospect, and man, it just hit me. It really hit me. Like, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a mentality. To work on your spirit is a mentality. It's got to be settled in your mind that you dedicated to this walk, and nothing is going to shake you. You can't fear any physical harm or loss of worldly stature or worldly, you know what I'm saying, possessions. Up here, the most important thing to you has to be serving the Most High and doing what's pleasing to the Most High, right? Let me get that in Baruch. Did it freeze up?
You don't see it?
No, the camera froze up.
Oh, yeah, low key.
Go pause real quick.
All right, hold on. I had to pause it.
No. The mute button.
It's unmuted.
Salah. Technical camera difficulties. Yeah. That's just a bunch of gnats right now. The devil trying to throw at us, it ain't nothing.
No, I think it's the IT guy.
Finally, I get to blame another IT guy, right? Let me get Baruch 4 and 28 up, because like I was saying, when you come into this truth, right? Go ahead, Ken.
We don't have the window open for the
Yeah, you're not.
Oh, you gotta just hit share again. Go back to the bottom. Hit share. Share screen. And then window. Middle. And then boom. You in there.
WACO.
All right, you can go back and double check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? We in there. Come, all praises. So look, like we were saying earlier, man, when you come into this truth, the devil gonna shoot his arrows. He gonna pop his bullets. He gonna sling rocks. You see what I'm saying? We are under oppression for a reason. It's because brothers fell off a long time ago, and then we paying the recompense for that, right? But things are cyclical. It's time for us to come back, return back to our glorious state. The only way we're gonna do that is being diligent in this walk. Read that, King.
God. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and verse 28.
For
For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so, being returned, seek him 10 times more.
read that again.
For as it was your mind going astray, it's like it. For as it was your mind to go astray from God, so being returned, seek him 10 times more.
Man, that's a powerful precept. Because
Right.
look, think about all of the folly and debauchery that brothers may have done in the world. See what I'm saying? We come from all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? Brothers have done the spectrum of I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, go past PG-13, but brothers done the spectrum of folly and debauchery, right? Out there in the world. Adultery, you know what I'm saying? Gang banging, slanging, pimping, see what I'm saying? Robbing, murdering niggas, right? A plethora of brothers have been through that. So when you come into this truth, whatever work you put in the world, you need to ramp it up 10 times more for the Most High to balance things out. Because otherwise, the spirit is going to be weak and you're going to succumb to the flesh. What you got, King?
This is the book of Proverbs.
Call it first. Get to it.
Oh, Proverbs 24 and 16.
Yeah. Get that for the young line.
Thanks, Quinat.
Powerful officer. Coming with a precept. You see what I'm saying? Hey, look, we trying to keep the rotation going where we all know the different slots, right? You know what I'm saying? We gotta know how to work the board, we gotta know how to teach, we gotta know how to read, we gotta know how to be in the audience, so on and so forth. And that's another example of bearing one another's burdens and being a part of the body. Go ahead, bring that out, King.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 24 and verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief.
The wicked gonna fall into mischief. And matter of fact, read that next script. So just to set it up, look, you're gonna fall off the horse, right? And 7 times, that's just a number of completion, right? How many ever times it take you to fall? The only thing that matters is that you get up the last time. You understand? You don't never fall and wallow in the ground and lay there. You see what I'm saying? Like, what if Job fell to his lower state and just wallowed there? Right? It'll be a lot of souls that never got that light because Job was a shining example of being near and dear to the Most High, right? And fearing the Most High God. And there's a lot of young men that learned a lot from Job because he got back up and he got back up and he got back up. Brother Paul, right? You read all Paul's escapades and Acts. Man, that brother went through it, right? He got bit by vipers. His own brothers tried to stone him. The Pharisees tried to take him on trial and murk him, right? The collaborators trying to take him out. But he kept fighting. He kept coming back. He kept enduring to the end, right? Read that next script, King.
Oh, shit.
Verse 17. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth.
Look, we know there's 2 different contexts for the word enemy. That there is talking about your brother. See what I'm saying? Don't be a hater, right? Because like I said before, hating your brother is a murder rap, King. You can go, you got a precept or not?
Me, yeah.
What you got?
1 Corinthians 15:58.
Bring it out, King. Bring it out. Somebody a little alarm, you know what I'm saying, want to make his presence. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that alarm in the chat? Let me see some ones in the chat if y'all can hear that alarm. Let me check the chat screen real quick. Let me see some ones in the chat if y'all hear that alarm. That's when you know you in the hood, when you hear an alarm and don't nothing happen. You see what I'm saying? Look, I done lived in some neighborhoods where an alarm will go off, and if it beat 2 or 3 times, somebody call in the front office or calling the police. Edomites, they'll call the police. You know what I'm saying? I have to work at 7 in the morning. See? Oh, there you go, right? Look, somebody got to it. See, they can hear that, right? Hey, that's just the sounds of the hood on the beautiful north side. You know what I mean? Beautiful north side of Long Beach, right outside the Lidos. Can't give you too much pinpoint. But yeah, that was a beautiful precept. You know what I'm saying? Now bring out that next precept.
Politician.
Exactly.
1 Corinthians 15 and what?
58.
58.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter.
I got you.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Speaking of the brother Paul talking good right there. Keep going.
For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Look, this effort, this work we putting in is not in vain. We can't look for these worldly rewards. You see what I'm saying? If you're looking for a worldly reward, then that's where you're going to be at, right? You're going to be stuck with a worldly penance. We trying to earn this penny that gives you entrance into the kingdom, right? And then any rewards that we forsake in this world, we're going to get it 100 times over. You see what I'm saying? So look, it's all about putting in this work. And I'm going to give you an example. Let me get 2 Timothy chapter 2. We start at 3. I'll give you an example, you know what I'm saying, with some scripture of brothers in the Bible telling you, don't trip. It's going to be hard times, but you got to endure, right? And you can never lose faith. You understand? You can never lose the love for the Most High because you don't want to be caught out there in the street, right? When that time comes. You got that up here? Come. Go ahead and bring that up, please.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2. You said verse 3?
Yeah, 3 and 4.
Okay. In verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ.
Look, we soldiers for Yahweh Shah. We're out here in battle. See what I'm saying? I can go to Ephesians chapter 6 and let you know that, you know what I'm saying, we're not at war per se, you know, tank against tank and gun against gun in the physical sense. We're in a spiritual battle, right? We're battling against principalities that can't be seen or touched, right? We battling demons daily. And sometimes those demons do work through men. But if your spirit is right, you ain't gonna trip. Read that again.
Right. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Get 4.
Verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier.
Look, that's powerful. Because do you think a warrior is going to get ready to go to the battlefield and is going to say, man, I hope nothing happened, man. I got my rib and my kids at the house. You know, I got these big plans. Man, I'm nervous, man. No, a true warrior believes in the cause that he's going to battle for, and is steadfast to the front line, giving 110%, 110% of the time. That's why it's in the law, really. It's in the law that if a young man is just married and hasn't had his first kid yet, he gets a pass from going to war. That's practical, right? But in this battle right here, in this spiritual war, there's no passes. You either get on the front line, or you're gonna suffer. You're gonna be in that 2/3 round, and you have to suffer that second death. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me get the next precept. Let's go to Job. Go to Job 29. We'll start around 3. Right? Because I'm just gonna keep it 100, Israel. I hear all kinds of weak excuses of why brothers fall out of the truth, or slip up and fall, or backslide, or hesitate from getting into the truth. Right? You want to know how many Negroes I know that talk about they can't get in the truth because they want pork chops and bacon? It don't make no sense, man. You feel me? Or how many brothers I know that's, going through some rough times, and then the next thing you know, they backsliding all the way to worse than before they found the truth. You can't take your hand off the plow, okay? That's a no-go. You gotta get your la'ab right. That's where you work on your spirit, right? It's through your thoughts, right? Because like Christ said, it's not what goes into the mouth that defileth the man, but what come out of it. Because what come out of it originates in your la'ab, right? So if what's originating in your la'ab is filthy, your spirit is filthy. But if you're diligently studying and meditating on these scriptures day and night, then your spirit level, you know what I'm saying? You playing a video game and you level up. That's what this law, statute, commandments do for you. It fills your tank with the oil.
I got a good lesson about that coming next week.
Come, all praise. What's the general topic?
That sin starts in the mind.
Right. Come. Hey, little preview for the powerful young lion, Officer Kodak. Right, little preview. You see how through the spirit, right? Things going hand in hand, in tandem. So we already giving y'all a little drop for what's coming next week. So make sure you tune in consistently and diligently, right? Let's talk about the brother Job. Let's bring that up, right? Y'all know the story of Job. See what I'm saying? The belly of the well. You know what I'm saying? He's balling all out of control. The Most High says, "Go ahead, Satan, tempt Job, right? See what he do for it." And Job passed with flying colors, right? Well, read. Tell you what Job talking about. Read.
This is the book of Job, chapter 29 and verse 3. When his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness.
Right? Now, he's talking about the Most High being a candle shining upon his head, right? That's like when you see them coal miners, or, you know what I'm saying, brothers that work in the mines, they got that little light on their head. It's shining through pitch black darkness. Otherwise, you're going to bump into every obstruction that's in front of you, and it's going to be miserable, right? Read that again.
When his candle shined upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness.
Right? That's the only way we can navigate this valley of the shadow of death. And the valley of the shadow of death is nothing more than a perfect example of that is modern day Babylon, right? The good old America is a perfect example of the valley of the shadow of death because it's full of nothing but darkness. They telling you, first, I remember when I was young in school, of course, we had to say the Pledge of Allegiance, but we also used to say a little prayer at school.
Every morning.
Right? Every morning. Now you got these wicked, mainly Edomites, you know what I'm saying? Jake follow in too. Jake always want to please Master. You know, these weak sauce, like how Deacon call them, the blacks, right? The boot-looking ass Christian coons. Pardon my French, this is a late night show. If your kids is watching, Salakia. Right? You right. It's a car. Yeah, instead of saying that, I'm gonna just say it's a car next time. See what I'm saying? But look, brothers will sit there and say, well, you know, it is fair. Let them bring the transsexual to read the alphabet to the kids. Oh, you know, it's okay. They shouldn't have to say the prayer in school. What if it offended somebody else? Right? What kind of nonsense is that? If we was in our kingdom and our king was ruling, if Yahweh Shai was ruling, there would be no excuses for you to forsake the law, because the penalty of that is death. You understand what I'm saying? And Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? The brothers make it into the kingdom, the law will be written on our heart, on our law. Meaning we'll be programmed to follow the law. What a beautiful thing, because think about how spiritually gifted you will be when you eat, sleep, drink. You know what I'm saying? And everything else in between, law. Your tank is full with oil. With not just oil, but that high octane oil. You understand what I'm saying? That good oil, right? Where we at on that? Sure. Okay. Let me get Matthew 10 and 22, right? Let's go to some red letter, right? Speaking of Yahweh Shai, speaking of the king, let's get some red letter, right? Go ahead, King. All right, Salaki, we on Matthew 10 and 22 up here. Ready here?
Yeah, come on.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 22. And ye shall be hated of all men.
This is red letter. This is Yahweh Shai telling his disciples what's up. And this word right here, this word is the truth, because it's pertinent right now today. You understand what I'm saying? Your family gonna hate on you. Well, you know what the hardest thing for my mom when I joined the truth, she was upset that I changed my name on Facebook. You don't like the name I gave you? I gave you that name. Your granddaddy gave you that name. You ain't proud of your name? You know? And she's pointing to worldly things that don't matter. Right? It was hard for her to get over that. And she was offended that I changed my given name.
Man, wow. My mother, when I was telling her that Christianity ain't teach us nothing but lies, she's like, so you mean to tell me all the time you was a little kid and I read you the Bible bedtime stories that you ain't learned nothing?
Hey, look, it ain't the Bible. It's the system.
Right.
Christianity don't sit there and read you bedtime stories. They hoop and holler and read 1 or 2 verses. What you got, King?
Matthew 10 and 34.
While we in 10?
Wow.
Right? Powerful. All praise. I like that. I like the fact that brothers is chiming in. And look, let me see the chat real quick. I'll be up. See the chat real quick. Hey, chat. What's going on? The Gar said Matthew 6 and 20. Good precept. Right? I want y'all to chime in. I want y'all to be interactive, right? Bring that out, Doc.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 34. Think not that I am come to Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
But
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
But a sword, right? I'm gonna get there, right? And then look, who do you think that's talking about, right? That you got to go to war with. See what I'm saying? Right? That's where you're getting at, right? It's gonna surprise you. Read it again and then go down to the next place.
Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
All right, continue.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
Against who?
His father.
Oh, man.
And the daughter against her mother.
Right.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
The whole household. Right? Go ahead.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
They of his own household. Powerful precept, King, because we was just talking about that. That's beautiful, right? And look, it said 34, but I was gonna get 35 for sure. Because look, it don't get no more succinct than that, right?
I would just read through 38.
Matter of fact, you're right, Apiat. Let's keep going with that. It's some more there.
Verse 37. He that loveth,
I think no, 36.
oh, slide, verse 36.
Yeah.
And a man's foes shall be they of his own.
You're
Right. Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
Right.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Y'all gotta understand that concept. I love my mama. It breaks my heart to see her suffer one tiny bit. I don't never want to hurt my mama. Right? Honor thy mother and father. That's near and dear to me. See what I'm saying? But when she said, son, you know, not my Jesus. You're not supposed to hate people. Right? Oh, what? You don't like your name? Hey, look, Mom, I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this for the family, right? Because Lord willing, I can be a little piece of that light that bring them out of that cave. You understand? That white supremacist cult of Christianity. Because the concept of loving enemies of the Most High is foreign. You understand what I'm saying? It's foreign to our culture. The Most High hates somebody or something, I hate it with a righteous hatred, right? Was that it on that?
Verse
38, go ahead.
Verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Read that again, because look, the Christians literally get this twisted. That's why you see all these brothers wearing Jesus pieces, right? And getting Jesus pieces on the tattooed on them, because they think carrying a symbol of the cross is going to do something for them. Read that again.
Verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me,
right,
is not worthy of me.
That's a beautiful precept, and a powerful officer Yah brought it out, because it's right in line what we was just talking about. You gotta bear one another's burdens, but guess what your burden is? That's your cross, bro. Your cross is your burden. So no matter how heavy that cross get, you gotta pick it up, carry it, and follow Yahweh Shai. Meaning, follow these law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High, Yahweh Shai's Father, sent him down to get us straight on. Sent him down to shed his blood so that we can qualify for redemption. Chime in, King.
Now get 39.
Now to 39, right? Hey,
So Luke reiterates that in chapter 14.
come.
Yeah.
See, you'll see that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Matthew and Luke,
Yeah.
right? Because Luke is came after Matthew,
Right.
and you could tell he referenced Matthew a lot, just like Mark and John.
Right.
Right. So that's absolutely that's a great point from the War Dog Gamal. Powerful brother, man. Look, man, nothing pleases me more than when I see my brothers grow. I smile, man. I smile from cheek to cheek. And you know, I got them, you know, get them high cheekbones from the mom's side, right? She got a little ruby light in it, but yeah. I smile from cheek to cheek. You can see it. I love seeing my brothers shine, man. You feel me? Right? So look, go ahead and read 39.
Verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loseth his life for my sake,
Right?
shall find it.
That's profound. Lose your life for Yahweh Shai's sake. We might as well go to 40, right? Lose your life for Yahweh Shai's sake, and he gonna say, good job, my son. Here's your crown. Because he gonna be that brother more exalted than everyone else. He's gonna be the king that's passing out crowns to the government. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we're working towards, family. Go ahead, read the next
one. Verse 40.
Uh-huh.
He that receiveth you receiveth me.
Uh-huh.
And he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me.
Right? If you do what Yahweh Shai say, it start like this. If you listen to a brother that's shining that light, he trying to bring you out of the darkness, out of the death, the valley of the shadow of death, into life, into the light. If you hearken to that, then that means you hearken into Christ. And if you hearken into Christ, you listening to the Most High God. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's the natural order of things. See what I'm saying? Christ is the head of man. The Most High is the head of Christ. It's a hierarchy to this thing, right? Let me matter of fact, perfect segue. Let's get Deuteronomy 30. I'm gonna start around 19. Right? Let me check the chat real quick, okay, while you're switching up. Yeah. Let's see what we got going in the chat. You know, I probably should pull it up on my phone and just mute. I know it's a little bit of a delay. Let me do that. Right, we're gonna go into Deuteronomy 30 because everybody know what Moses is talking about in Deuteronomy 30. Right? It's a eschatological passage, meaning it's referring to what we need to prepare for or what we can expect in the end times when Yahweh Shai returns to regain his kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? 3,000 plus years ago, right? Maybe a little more. This brother was putting it down, saying, Israel, this is what's got to happen, and this is our rule. This is our guidebook, our instruction book, right? Torah or Torah is instructions, right? Of what we can expect, what we need to do, what we need to get prepared for. You know, you can't be one of them brothers like me when it come to some IKEA. You just take everything out the box and start putting it together. Don't do that. You got to follow the instructions. You see what I'm saying? Because I done put many of cabinets together and get to the last piece and go, man, I got to take that whole thing apart, man. I got something sitting on the floor. Hey, good morning. You work on cars, right? You work on cars. How many times you ever, you know what I'm saying, think, I got this, I'm going to put this motor back together. And you turn around and you see a screw that belong on the inside. Yeah. Oh, man. Nothing worse than that, right? Instructions keep you out of a world of hurt. See what I'm saying? So look, we're going to go to Deuteronomy 30, right? And I said about 19. So let me pull up this chat real quick on you, just to make sure I ain't missing no comments, right? Go ahead and get that, King.
God. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 19. I call heaven and earth to report this day against you,
right?
That I have set before you life and death.
Set before you what?
Life and death.
Right? Darkness or light and darkness. Life and death. Go ahead.
God. Blessing and cursing, therefore, slightly. Blessing and cursing.
Right? You see the juxtaposition, right? Blessing, cursing. Life, death. Go ahead.
Therefore, choose life.
Choose life. Go ahead.
That both thou and thy seed may live.
It ain't just for me. Right? I'm not doing this just for me. I'm not even assuming that I'm going to see the day when the kingdom come on this go round, on this fleshly life. But I damn sure want my son and my son's son and my son's son's son to know this truth and to shine this light, right? All my family, all my loved ones, all my friends, even Israelites I don't know, I still love them. See what I'm saying? One of my biggest areas of personal growth is when I first came into truth, it would vex me if a Christian just didn't get it. Right? I get vexed with the brother. Like, what's wrong with you? You gonna see what's going on here? You still stuck on stupid? But that ain't the approach, right? as much as it's frustrating, and you know, some brothers, it's almost like they're trolling, because you can give them breakdown after breakdown after breakdown, scripture after scripture, that tear down, you know what I'm saying, that false doctrine that they learn within the Christian walls, you know what I'm saying, with your again. Salakia, this video feed froze. Give us 2 and 2. We'll be right back. Hit that mute real quick.
So we back.
All right. Salakia, we back. It's hot tonight in Long Beach. I guess the equipment ain't feeling it, right? But hey, where was we at, King? It was on
30 and 19.
30 and
19, right? Let's start that over. Or actually, yeah, bring that back up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 19.
Uh-huh.
I call heaven and earth to report this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing.
Right.
Therefore, choose life,
Right.
that both thou and thy seed may live.
Right. It's not a selfish thing. It's not a me thing, Israel. It's a we thing. Right. That's why you gotta love, even though you might be at war with your own household, with your mother, your father, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law, your brother, your sister, right? You might be warring with them for the fact that you're going out there. Why you every Saturday? You can't go to that baby's birthday party. That baby can't have no Christmas.
You can't spare one Saturday?
Right? Why can't that baby have no Christmas? You see what I'm saying? I know y'all don't look, chat. I want to know if I'm just talking or if y'all hearing. You see what I'm saying? Put a 1 in the chat if you have went to war with your family over birthday party, Christmas, Thanksgiving dinner, so on and so forth, since you've been in this truth. Let me get 1s in the chat if you understand what I'm saying right now. Is this a real thing or am I just imagining? Is it real or is it Memorex? That's an old commercial. Come on, you remember that one? Yeah. That's back when I had my Walkman.
Yeah.
But I thought that was the best thing. That was the best technology at the time with Sony Walkman, bro. You couldn't tell me nothing, right? I see some 1s, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. This goes on. This goes on, right? And look, to go with that, right? Let me get one of my other favorites, Proverbs 6 and 23. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 6 and 23. Right? Soldier Gawan got a precept. I'm gonna check you out, Gawan. See if you're talking good. Let's verify him right now. He said Matthew 12, 48 to 50. While we get that, I'm gonna verify it.
Fine. All right, man.
Go ahead, Ken.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp.
The commandment is a lamp. Go ahead.
And the law is light.
That's that light we talking about. That's the law. Go ahead.
And reproofs of instruction.
Instruction
are the way of life.
You see how the Hebrew language works? You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of what we call reiteration within the verbiage. You know what I'm saying? Forever and forever. Right? He brought forth his son, a precious child. See what I'm saying? It's putting the extras on it. You see what I'm saying? Just to get the point across. But when it says, read that again up, let's go through that. The second phrase. The commandment is a lamp, the law is light. Go ahead, read that next part.
And reproofs of instruction.
Reproofs of instruction
are the way of life.
Go back from the top. Read it again. I want you to see this reiteration right here. Go ahead.
For the commandment is a lamp. And the law is light.
Right.
And reproofs of instruction.
Right.
Are the way of life.
Law and instruction. Look up the word in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Torah. Torah. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is the way of life. That light is equivalent with life. There's another one, right? Light, life, law, instructions. It's meant to be written like that for it to stick. And look, I'm gonna break this down. I've done this at camp before. I like to get this little analogy. You see what I'm saying? Just so brothers can visualize. Some brothers is visual learners. You feel me? Read that again, Ak, and I'm gonna give my little breakdown for it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp.
The commandment is a lamp. The fact that these words is in this book, in and of itself, don't hold a lot of weight, because guess what? Rama had this book sitting on the bookshelf collecting dust for I don't know how many years, and it probably was turned to Psalms 23 the whole time. You feel me? It just so happened that's the middle of the book, so it looked nice and balanced. But you feel me? It might have flicked it over to John 3:16, but it was a little off balance, so they probably flicked it back. You feel me? But it wasn't like that. That thing was a centerpiece on the mantle. It wasn't like brothers was wearing the pages out. You know what my sword looked like? It looked like somebody abused the Bible. Let me get an example. You got your blue. Oh yeah. Check out the Young Lion sword.
Shaquan dropped the precept.
Come. I see Quad drop the precept. I'm gonna get to that. Look at the Young Lion sword, right? Hey, go full screen real quick, up y'all.
Embarrassing.
Y'all remember this?
Look at it.
Y'all real couch.
Show the binding. Look at it. You feel me? Look at the pages.
Look at my Deuteronomy 28.
Look at the little piece of cover that's left, bro. Look at it. Look at this here. Come on, bro. This Bible been on the front line, literally, right? Look at where that page at. I know you can't read Deuteronomy 28, right? You can't read Deuteronomy 28. Why? We at camp. Somebody walked by and tried to snatch the page out. Literally. You know what? No, this girl got up. You know, we post up right in front of the bus stop, right? This girl got off the bus, calm and as pleasant as possible. But the minute she was getting ready to pass by Young Lion, she grabbed, stop talking about my father's book. And all he was doing was reading scriptures. They hate to hear this word because it goes into their soul. It cuts them to the sinew, right? Because look, Christianity is not going to prepare you. It's not going to prepare your lamp. Right. You're going to have a lamp with no oil in it. What? Now, when it says lamp in this sense, I want you to think of one of them old school lamps that you go get the kerosene, right? And you pour the kerosene in the bottom of the lamp, right? My granny had a few of these. You know, even had the little thing where you could turn the wick, bro. That was high tech.
Yeah.
The little screw where you can lift the wick up.
Adjust it, right?
You feel me? You know what I mean? She had a fancy one with the glass on top. You feel me? She walking through the house, checking on us with this lamp full of oil. Cause you need the oil in the lamp, or else your wick just gonna burn straight through, and you ain't gonna have no light. See that wick absorbs the oil, right? In these old school lamps, you put the wick in the oil, it absorbs the oil so that the wick don't burn. The oil burns, and then it illuminates 10 times brighter because that kerosene boosts the flame better than some cotton or some twine, whatever the wick made of. Read that again. Let's break that down.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp.
Right? This book right here is a lamp. It can contain all the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding you need, all the instructions you need, but you can't get to it. You can't utilize it unless it's filled with oil. And what's that oil? Go ahead.
And the law is light.
See, in order for you to get that oil, you got to follow the law, right? And you got to build your spirit up. See what I'm saying? Your being anointed spiritually is equivalent to oil. See what I'm saying? That's the analogy here. If you're not following these law, statutes, and commandments and walking how the Most High told you how to walk, your oil tank, you know what I'm saying, is rock bottom. See what I'm saying? You ain't working with no kerosene, no petroleum. You feel me? I know Squad brought out
Psalms 119.
Was it Psalms 119 or I see Matthew 25?
Yeah, Psalms 119.
Okay. Let's go to Psalms 119 and 105.
In a bullshit translation.
What is the nun? What is the nun?
The Catholic shit.
So 105.
You got some translation, the N-U-N.
No, that's the verse.
Oh.
The part of the song.
Oh, that's part of the verse. Okay, so I was tripping like that. Yeah, like what translation is that, right? So look. Go ahead.
Okay. This is Psalm 119 and verse 105.
Right, bring it up.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
Powerful. And you know what? I'm tripping, Shaquad. Maybe I should explain what's going on with why he posted the nun. Because if you look through Psalms 119, each stanza starts at the top of it. It has one character in the alphabet. Right? I think in the block Hebrew is Aleph, Bayat, right? And it goes on, so on and so forth. This one is all the way down to the non, to the end. That's why it says none before the stanza. Just a little something, you know what I'm saying? I thought I might bring out since I tripped over my words in the beginning, but I wasn't looking at my sword, so I had to remind myself of where I was. But yeah, that part. Read that again. It's powerful.
God.
119 and
105.
105.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path.
Right? Beautiful precept. And it goes right into what we was talking about. And another one that we just brought out, that the powerful officer Shaquad out there in Riverside, right? Let's go to Matthew 25. And let's just let that one marinate. You feel me? Because this red letter, it goes hand in hand. Let me go back to the matter of fact, I'll use my phone for the chat. But the water, Shaquad, that's powerful that you brought that up. You know what I'm saying? Powerful. Let's read that. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, from the top. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
The kingdom of this is red letter. This is Yahushua speaking in parables, right? And the reason why he spoke in parables is because the same reason why niggas in the world You know what I'm saying? Speak colloquially in the hood.
Huh.
You don't want the enemy to know that what's going on. When you talk to a nigga a certain way and they know your lingo and they know what you're talking about, it's almost a spiritual thing where you just gotta say some whoop 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 and you really know what the brother talking about. See what I'm saying? He gonna paint a picture for you with an allegory or a metaphor, and you gonna know what he's talking about. Especially grimy niggas, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, niggas be on the phone talking about, yeah, man, you got that paperwork came in, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna swing through and you know what I'm saying, purchase them flowers. This nigga talking about like you need paperwork to purchase flowers. You know what he talking about, right? if you know anything, you know what a nigga talk about. So this nigga's in the world. We already programmed to do what we supposed to do, but we not filling our lamp with oil. That's why we walking through darkness, bumping into walls, tripping over things, stubbing our toes, and then getting mad. My nigga, get you some oil, right? And turn on this light. That's the solution right there. Read that again.
Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps,
right,
and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
These are the lamps I'm talking about. That commandment, right? They took that commandment, those commandments, and prepared for the bridegroom, right? It says bid to the marriage. It's a commandment. That's the lamps they took. Read.
Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Right? What is the beginning of wisdom? Knowledge. The fear of the Most High, right, is the beginning of wisdom, and fools despise knowledge.
Right.
So the opposite of wisdom is foolery. So if you love the law and you love the Most High, you follow the law. If you despise the Most High, you're gonna be into that foolery category. Those 5 unwise virgins who didn't tend to the commandments, who didn't exercise their spirit by following these laws. So there was no oil purchase. See what I'm saying? You see these correlations, how it all come together. And then we even got the officers squad from Riverside, who, you know what I'm saying, the wolf pack is joined at the hip with Riverside. So you know we in sync. I've been on the phone with them brothers several times today, right? Look, the 5 unwise virgins who didn't use wisdom, right? Didn't follow these law, statutes, and commandments, didn't put oil in it. They couldn't purchase oil. They wasn't worried about purchase oil. They was worried about following. But then when the time came, what happened, King? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Right? Foolish.
That
right?
they were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Look, they took their Bible and set it up on the chest of drawer or set it up on the mantle. Didn't even crack a page open. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 4. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
They had that oil. See what I'm saying? Keep going, King.
Verse 5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Right? Go ahead.
And at midnight, there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him.
Like a thief in the night. Who show up to their wedding at midnight? Yahweh Shah. Because look, when you least expect it, like a thief in the night. Do a thief plunder around in high noon? For the most part, the good burglars don't get caught, so they plunder in the middle of the night. Right? Read.
God. Verse 7. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
They trim their lamps, right? That's turning that little screw on the lamp to give it more oil to the wick or left. You could control up amount of the light. So they trim their lamp to see what's going on, to brighten that light. That's the equivalent of, look, as you come to serve, when you come to serve the Lord, right? As it was your way to turn away, when you to go away from it, when you return, serve him 10 times more. 10 times harder than when you was in the world doing follow. Trim your lamp. You see what I'm saying? Increase the flow of the oil to the light so that more people can see, so that you can see better. You understand what I'm saying? We talking allegorical, but I'm trying to bring it to a practical sense because that's what we do on the couch, right? It's about practicality, right? Playing upon tables. Look, that's a beautiful thing too, because look, brother playing upon tables came into SICARRI because he was debating us on the couch, right? Go ahead and read a little more of that, King.
This is verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out.
So now they want to bum some oil from the virgins that was putting their work. Who that sound like? See what I'm saying? That sound like somebody, could be your brother, your friends, your family, your associates, right? That's out there in the world doing all kind of folly, right? They run up on you and they see you shining that light in the hood. Man, how that brother do it, man? What is it about him? I don't see him on the corner, being active. You know what I'm saying? He ain't robbing and shooting niggas. How is he walking around here with this light on him? And they want to come soak it up, right? They want to come get some of what you got without putting in the work to get what you got. But what they say?
Verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you.
Nah, because look, it ain't gonna be enough for the both of us. Because this little light of mine, I'm trying to trim it up and let it shine. And we need to brighten this light because we in this world of darkness for a reason. It's because niggas ain't trimming their lamps. They ain't storing oil in their vessels. They not following the law, statutes, commandments, right? And having faith in Yahushua and the Most High and being diligent in his walk, right? Finish that out, King. It's getting to the point.
But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Yeah, go to the market and get you some. Go talk to the brothers that you walk past on the street. To my, nah, I don't need no flyer. Nah, I ain't got a minute. I got to run. I'm gonna come back, but I got to go, you know what I'm saying, meet this girl, smoke this blunt real quick. Or, I gotta run up to the stove. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back though. Right? Them brothers, just like we do every Saturday right there on LBC and PCH, Long Beach Boulevard and PCH. We out there trying to issue out this currency. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pass out these pounds, not like back in the world, but a pound is a measure of currency, right? Trying to give you these pounds so you could take it and put it on the market and come up. Spread the light. You know what I'm saying? Get another brother to invest, right? But the market is shut down once everybody's at the wedding when the bridegroom show up. Right. Niggas ain't out there selling goods when it's the wedding time. He told us to go bid to the marriage. If we out there bidding to the marriage, when it's dum and he coming down the aisle, nigga, we there. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're the groomsmen. You feel me? We at the spot because we've been putting in the work to get folks to the spot. But them who didn't hearken, they going and looking for the brothers that was trying to give you that oil, and now it ain't no more on the market. Go ahead and finish that up.
God. Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Right.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage.
They missed the boat. Right?
And the door was shut.
Salakia. Powerful. Go ahead and read that again, because that's poignant. That is a poignant.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
That's it. The door is shut. The wedding is in progress. Those who made it in before the door was shut, you're inside. Those that was out there last minute Christmas shopping, that's what you get. You're left without, right? Pick which side of the door you want to be on. You know what I'm saying? Because the passage is narrow and straight. See what I'm saying? You can't be wandering and doing all kind of folly and being lukewarm and thinking you can do like a regular Christian and be up to all kind of foolery all week at the club on Saturday, you know what I'm saying, till it shut down, doing all kind of debauchery, and then show up Sunday talking about let me fill the tank. That don't work. Only in a delusional mind of your average Christian would that work. It's the equivalent of what I see on the movies when they go at them Catholics, when they go in the booth and they go, Father, forgive me. And they think that that's going to do something. Like talking about what you did, what's that going to do? You feel me? What you got, Kashak?
Isaiah 8:20.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's get that. Let's get that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Our soldier Kashak, right? We at his crib. He's interactive, right? Chat, and I appreciate the chat being interactive. Powerful officer squad, right? In there throwing up precepts. I see Soldier DeGar, you know what I'm saying? Putting his bid in, right? Go ahead, read that, King.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word,
right?
It is because there is no light in them.
Beautiful, King. If you speak not according to this word, and look at Lahai, I mean verbatim, right? According to this word, there's no light. If you don't speak according to this word, there's no light in you. What do these blacks do? I'm not talking about Negro blacks. We know what the acronym is, right? Deacon brought this up. This is Deacon trademarked this. Boot licking ass Christian coons.
Coon Christians.
Coon Christian coon, right? He said it the other way today, right? Because I think it's correct that way. I don't know. Deacon do what he do, right? But look, I like coon Christians better, actually. Boot licking ass coon Christians. What do they say? Well, Jesus pinned the law to the cross. Yeah. All you gotta do is have faith. Show me that in the Bible where it says all you gotta do is believe. What it said was it in 1 John? Even the devils believe and tremble. What good is belief? What it said in James? In James, faith without works is dead. In James 2. So how can you make a statement that's contrary to the word and think that you're gonna have some oil in your lamp enough to trim your lamp and shine some light? That's darkness, right? Anything contrary to this word is darkness. If you teach men to go against these commandments, guess where you're gonna be in the kingdom? The least. You understand what I'm saying? The least in the kingdom, right? Now look, that was a beautiful precept. I seen this is a participation time, right? So Soldier DeGar got one. He bring up Ezekiel 2, right? And it's poignant, right? It's on point. So I'm gonna bring it out for him, right? Because look, the Most High, we can't get mad as much as it might vex you. That when you know that you're trying to feed your family and your loved ones with this truth and with this understanding, and as much as it vexes you that they shun you away and that they won't hear or they can't see what you're talking about, you can't get mad at them to the point where you hate them. You still have to love them enough to always have that door open if they want to receive this truth. Or you never know what seed. You might plant a seed and you might think, man, that brother didn't listen to me at all. You know what I'm saying? Or you might keep giving this brother seeds and he keep throwing them into the briar patch, and don't put them in a flowering pot, right? Like you should with a seed, and don't water it, and so on and so forth, and don't give it no light. But you finally get his brother one, and years later it might sprout. You don't know. You do the work, the Most High yield the increase. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get Brother DeGar's precept.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 2, and verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them.
Look, and Ezekiel goes into it in the next chapter, spells it out. We the watchmen, right? You see what I'm saying? So whether they hear or whether they forbear and say, I ain't got the time for that. Look, they're gonna know that a prophet has been among them when that bell rings. Believe me, right? If I had $1 for every time, Kashak, how many flyers do you think you pass out on an average camp? 400 flyers during camp, right? In and out of the streets, in and out of the sidewalk, boom, 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 trying to get this word out. See what I'm saying? Look, you know how many people, a lot of people at least take it, but then they might throw it in the briar patch or throw it on the cement, and the seed don't never stand a chance, right? But you know how many people I sit there and watch, and this brother go up to them, try to give them a flyer with just a little intro to this information, a little intro to the truth. You know how many people sitting in their car tomorrow? Right? Yeah, look, it's froze up again. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Salakia, King. Salakia, Akim. One more technical break. Hit the mute real quick. Yeah, we in there. Right? So look, we trying to land this plane. The devil's steady trying to send us some turbulence. But look, we almost there. That was a good precept from the guard.
All right, we back.
All right, look. Whether they hear or forbear, they gonna know. And look, it's our job, and like I said, in chapter 3 of Ezekiel, matter of fact, go to 3 and I believe it's around 11, real quick.
Yes, 3.
He reiterates this in chapter 3, right? That look, the Most High has assigned us as watchmen for the lost sheep, for the blind, right? We supposed to go out there and put this word out, whether they hear or whether they say, right? Because then the blood is off our hands. Let me get that.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And go, get thee to them of the captivity.
Get thee to them of the captivity. We talked about what we in earlier. We in this captivity. We're under oppression right now. The watchmen have to go out and bring the flock back into the fold, right? So go ahead.
Unto the children of thy people,
Right?
and speak unto them,
The children of thy people, right? Go ahead.
and tell them, thus saith the Lord God,
Thus said the Lord. Go ahead.
whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Same thing he's reiterating. Keep going.
Verse 12. Then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me.
Salaki. I think drop the 17.
Verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Right?
Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
We're giving them warning. This is what we do on the couch every week. Right? We trying to give warning. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
Look, choose life or choose death, right? You want to be wicked, you're going to die. But guess what? Those of you that have a little oil in your lamp and know this word and it's out there trying to shine a little light, guess what happened if you don't love your brother enough that's out there being wicked? Matter of fact, and let me get that in the law, man. Leviticus 19, real quick. And then we'll go right back to that. This is a commandment. If you see your brother going off, what you supposed to do? Chat, where you at? What you supposed to do when you see your brother going off? You supposed to watch him go off? Hold on a second. Use the thing, because that touching that screen,
That's what's freezing.
any little vibration could. Yeah. And you can tap on the middle part to click instead of, if you don't want to click the button. But yeah, so look, it's a commandment that when you see your brother going off, that you're supposed to let them know, right? This is what Ezekiel was referring to. Read the law.
God. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Right?
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
and not suffer sin upon him.
Right? Keep going. Slug it. Before I get there, right? Remember we talked about the duplication of terms? This is a Hebraic phraseology. Just read that again.
Good. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thy brother, go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor,
Your brother and your neighbor are synonymous. Go ahead.
and not suffer sin upon him.
Don't suffer sin upon him. And then just to put a pin in it, keep going.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
The who?
The children of thy people.
Let's go back to Ezekiel, right? Because Ezekiel was just saying the same thing. He's talking about the Most High told him, go out to the children of thy people, right? Whether they hear or forbear. This is a commandment that the Most High is reiterating to his prophet, right? So let's continue on. I think it was on 18.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
He's talking about brothers that's in the truth that know better. And the ones that's in their wicked way is our brothers and sisters in the world. Even our brothers and sisters that's in that Christian church talking about, man, I was in the club last night, Charlie. Hey, whew, but I'm gonna go get this word. Come on, man, read.
To save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
We know that, right? Because sin is death. And go ahead, but what else? What else is required of the watchman?
But his blood will I require at thine hand.
It's on his blood is on your hand. You know why? Because you're commanded to bid to the marriage. Once you get this invitation, you're not supposed to sit on it.
Right.
You commanded to bid as many to the marriage as you can. Bring them to the light, right? Whether they hear or whether they forbear. You got to be as persistent as that old Kirby vacuum salesman. You know how many floors that nigga vacuum before he sell a $2,500 vacuum? Especially back in the day. Come on, man. I can go pick me one up for 50 and it's gonna do the job. I'll go get another one for 50 after that 2,500. You know how persistent that dude gotta be? So if somebody in the world can be persistent like that, how come you can't be 10 times more persistent like that for the Most High? Like an old door-to-door salesman. You know how many doors you get slammed in your face, and people is rude, and sometimes they want to fight you. This is what we go through, but it don't matter, because the moment one of them gets it, we rejoice, just like the angels in heaven. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna land this plane in a little bit here, right? Let's go back to Job, because I want to get back. Let's go to Job 12 and 22 real quick. I want to get back on that topic we were talking about earlier of endurance and so on and so forth, right? And you know, darkness versus light and going through things, right? Let me get that. Job 12 and 22.
This is the book of Job, chapter 12 and verse 22. He discovereth deep things out of darkness.
Job is talking about the Most High. For all you brothers out there that think you can go hide in the dark somewhere and get your folly in, you think you can hide from the Most High? You need to understand that his eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. There is no, you got that one? There was no corner, no cleft of the rock, no bush you can hide under, no tree you can hide behind where the Most High can't scope you out. He knows every hair on your head. He knows every hair on your body, right? So don't think you can go dip off somewhere and be out of sight of the Most High. Read that again.
He discovereth deep things out of darkness,
Uh-huh.
and bringeth out to light the shadow of death.
Hold on. Bring that up so they can see it real quick, just so it's on record. Bring up Job first. Yeah, it should be on the tab somewhere, right?
Yep.
Job 12 and 22.
It's right here.
Just so it's on record, right? Read that.
He discovereth deep things out of darkness,
Uh-huh.
and bringeth out to light the shadow of death.
The what?
The shadow of death.
We talked about that earlier. The valley of the shadow of death. What is that? That's darkness. That's sin. That's folly. That surrounds you. But you walking around with this lamp, and if you ain't got no oil in it, that darkness will consume you. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead and get that precept out here. I know where you're going. That's perfect precept. All right? You know where you're going?
It's right, 23 and 19.
Bring it out. So rack 23 and 19 to go in tandem with what we just talked about, right? Go ahead, okay.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 23, verse 19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men,
Right?
and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
See, you worried about when the police get behind you, a nigga heart rate shoot straight through the sky. Nigga, I don't even ride dirty no more. And if they get behind me, my heart rate go up. You know, you worried about breaking Esau's law. Well, what you doing? You know master gonna get you, right? Niggas stop at stop signs, they stop at stop lights, they try to keep to the speed limit when they see the folks at least. Nigga, you could be flat out going 100. You see that guy, hey, huh? Come on. We flat out. But when we see them boys on the side of the road, hey, pump the brakes. Right? You're gonna sit there and worry about man's law, and you ain't worrying about the Most High who can kill your body and your spirit. That don't make no sense. Read that one more time.
God. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
He gonna search you out wherever you at. Ain't nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, right? Now look, this is what we gotta do, Israel. We gotta prepare for that day, right? You gotta prepare for that day, and it's just like a good fighter. You think a championship fighter just jump in the ring during the championship fight and throw hands? No, man. That man been in the gym. That man been on the road running. You see what I'm saying? He been hitting the heavy bag. He been hitting mitts. He been going around sparring. He been on running miles, up hills, doing stairs. That's when he shined in the ring. Right? That's when he got that extra in the tank in the championship rounds. When the adversity is at its highest and your body is physically depleted, but it's something else, another gear that kick in. You understand? That's what I'm talking about, putting in that kind of work. If a nigga can do that in the world, right? How come we can't do it 10 times more for the Most High? Right? It's a simple concept. See what I'm saying? Get that real quick.
God.
What did I call something?
No.
Matter of fact, let's go. I wanna bring it full circle. Give me Psalms 24. Right? David, King David, a man after the Most High's heart. Right? Let's just say we can call King, I think it's safe to say, we can call King David the Michael Jordan of Israelite warriors. The Floyd Mayweather of Israelite warriors. Flawless, right? The nigga game is second to none. Floyd Mayweather, probably a better analogy, because guess what? That nigga was undefeated, right? Turned down no fades from Goliath on down. Turned down 0 fades and left all of them on their pockets. You feel me? A man after the Most High's heart, right? Why? Because he feared no man. That's why that precept is so powerful that we just brought out. You got niggas around here fearing man more than they fear the Most High. Do you know what the Most High can do? He can reach out and touch. Just like that. It ain't nothing. You feel me? So we got to understand that. If you scared to run through the red light when you see Smokey on the other side of the intersection, right? Then nigga, you better be 1,000 times more scared to break these law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Right? Let's go to one of the old Christian classics that they know, because literally you open the book up in the middle and you're gonna fall somewhere in Psalms, right? So like I said, it's a good ornament placeholder because the book is nice and even, right? And you got the thing sitting up, you know, the big old white Bibles that they used to prop up on the little wooden prop, right? Not one page been cracked. You feel me? Go ahead, read the old Christian classic, but I want to bring this back to the actuality of the truth and let y'all understand what's really going on, because we talked about that valley of the shadow of death and what that is. So with that understanding, let's read this old classic again.
This is Psalm 23 and verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Look, this nigga is surrounded by his enemies. He's surrounded by evil constantly, to the point where he gotta play music and do things to soothe his soul. Niggas is vexing him so bad. He's constantly at war, right? But he says what? Start that again.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
Will fear no evil. Go ahead.
For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Right? The Lord is our shepherd. I shall not want. Right? Keep going. Give him a little bit more of that good old what they should have learned in Sunday school, right? Keep going on that.
Verse 5. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies.
Right?
Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over.
There go the oil. You see what I'm saying? And look, there go the answer to when my mama say, not my Jesus. My Jesus don't hate nobody. David got whole chapters where he said, look, Most High, I've been out there putting in this work. I'm faithful. The niggas that's out there tripping, nigga, let the building fall on. You feel me? Not saying that that's verbatim scripture, but the equivalent. Like he's literally got whole chapters of Most High, put this curse on these niggas. Prepare my table for my enemies. I'm gonna eat. You see what I'm saying? But that's David saying, don't, even though I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death, even though I got these niggas vexing all around me, you see what I'm saying? Trying to get at me, I don't fear no man. I fear no evil. Because I know I got the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? If the Most High is with you, who can come against you? Speaking of Floyd Mayweather, nigga, is your arms long enough to box with the Most High? I think not. Right? And look, as a young man, what did David do? Nigga, he's supposed to be tending to his daddy flock, right? Right? He tended to the flock. You know, it was a wealthy family by all measures, right? What if one little sheep just, you know, scatter away a little too much and the lion come scooping? Nigga, what you gonna do? The lion comes scoop one of your sheep. What you gonna do? Huh? Let me take these other ones and get on up the road. No, what did David do? He went over there and grabbed him by the beard and dealt him. And then took his sheep back. Because it meant that much to him, right? Look, Yahushua himself said, right? The good shepherd will go after the one that's lost and in trouble and leave the 99 behind, because the flock, there's strength in numbers. There's protection in numbers. That's why these animals that are susceptible to prey, they travel in packs. And it's always the little weakling, the little straggler that straggle too far behind, they get picked off. You watch lions hunt, right? I like to watch National Geographic, right? You watch lions hunt, my nigga. And for one, the male, the king of the pride, he gonna sit there and chill for the most part and gonna be the first to eat, just so you know how they get down, right? But the females are the hunters, if you didn't notice, right? Because the male will have a pride of females and they going out to hunt. Why? Because they gotta feed their babies too. So it's a natural instinct, right? And they gotta eat or else they won't have no sustenance. You know what I'm saying? For the kids, right? Now look, you see the lion watching a whole pack of gazelles go by, just chilling, like they ain't concerned with marrying one of them gazelles. You feel me? You just see gazelles going by and you see the lion look like they ain't interested in nothing. Why? They ain't trying to jump out there in front of the bus. But let them find a straggler that maybe didn't get enough water. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't buck up enough and get some food. They gonna pick him off. Right? Now look, this is the bravery of King David. A lion and a bear came in after his sheep, and he grabbed him by the beard and smite him and take his sheep back. That's what you want to pattern yourself after. Fear no man, fear no evil.
Matthew 18 and 12.
All praises, right? Now look, let's land this plane right here. We're gonna go to Zechariah chapter 13. You understand me? It's hot in here. The equipment keep freezing up. You know what I'm saying? I done had an eventful morning. I don't even want to get into my morning, but you know what? It's all good, because as much as I was going through the day, right? And I told my brothers about it. They know what's up. As much as I was going through the day, I just couldn't find a way to even be concerned or vexed, because at the end of the day, the result is what I wanted, what I've been contemplating on, right? That's neither here nor there. But anyway, let me get there. All right?
2/3.
Zechariah 13, start at 8.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Right? Some of us ain't gonna make it. Right? 2/3 gonna be cut off and it's gonna suffer that second death. Right? Read.
But the third shall be left therein.
Uh-huh.
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
You bring it through what?
And I will bring the third part through the fire.
We started out with that, with Sirach 2. What is refined in the fire? Right? Chat. We land in this plane. I want to make sure y'all getting fed, that y'all understanding what we talking about, and I'm not just talking in loops, that you see the correlation, right? Let me get in the chat real quick, and soldiers, y'all can chill out for a second. All right? Look, whoever in the chat, I see Qatar Shalom, King. Right? Up y'all said Shalom. No, Shalom, King. Look, I'm glad you listening, bro. I'm glad you joined class. You know, we love you, man. You know what I'm saying? I would be a hypocrite to say, you know what I'm saying, otherwise. But we love you, bro. Really, really. It's good to see you in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Sorry said, ask Nate Robinson. That nigga Nate, he had niggas from Hoover back way. Nigga got beat by a white boy. You know what I mean? Good Lord. Man. Man. So look.
That means, what that means?
I know, right? Look, hey, in the chat, I want you to let me know what is refined by fire. You understand? Real quick in the chat. Right? I see y'all niggas. Look, we're gonna talk offline. All right? We're gonna talk offline. You understand me? Chat, what's refined by fire? If y'all was listening, I want to see if y'all was listening. And look, I see you in there, Papa. You still there? Bring it out, Papa. Let me see if you listening. Enrique. If not, I'm gonna open it up to the soldiers. Tyan, Zamara. You know what I'm saying? Bring it up. What is refined by fire? All right, I know it's a delay, but we trying to beat this heat wave, and you know what I'm saying? We about to wrap it up in a second so we can turn the fan back on. Really is what's going on, because equipment keep overheating. But it's a simple question. All right, Sarge said that's enough. He said gold, of course. Gold is refined by the fire. So read that again, King.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Uh-huh.
But the third shall be left therein.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire.
We got to go through Jacob's trouble.
That's right.
We got to be refined. So what does that make us? That make it through to the end. Gold. Pure gold. Gold that look like glass. Read.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
Uh-huh. Any precious metal. Go ahead, read.
And will try them as gold is tried.
You got to forge it. You got to burn it, get the impurities out, and burn it again to make that 24 karat pure gold. You understand? Read.
They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
That's the end goal. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear the Heavenly Father, the Most High God say, well done, son. Have a seat at the banquet. You see what I'm saying? That's the ultimate goal. And you don't want to do it just for yourself. You want to do it for you and your seed after you. Right? And so with that, I want to do like a little brief wrap up. You see what I'm saying? Now, me, Kwadak, Apiyah, War Dog, you know, we always, the other officers, high, even, you know what I'm saying, Kwadash, we still link up, even though he went to Atlanta. We always on the phone, going over scriptures, reading, right? Doing different things, talking about different topics that's like maybe current events, this, that, and the other, right? So we thought, look, I know we got the couch on Wednesday, but we need a little prepper, like a little preparation day to go over topics and get some feedback from the viewers and see what's relevant, what's hot, what people want to hear about, what people are concerned about, right? Questions. So we got a time slot for Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. That'd be 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's a little bit earlier time-wise than the couch. So Lord willing, more brothers can participate. And what we'll be doing on there is showing snippets, little nuggets of gold from the couch, right? So we've been talking about it for a couple weeks. We're going to get this thing off the ground, Lord willing, Sunday, 7 p.m., right? So, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, that's where we'll be at. Let everybody know that watch, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications to the channel so that you know what I'm saying, what's going down. Because we trying to get more bread out there. That's all we trying to do. We trying to bid to this marriage. You feel me? And we want to make it an everyday thing, Lord willing, right? If we got the capacity. So look, that's what's up. I want to give a shout out to all my brothers that's out there putting in work, you know what I'm saying, making products and goods for the Israelite community. You know what I mean? That brother brother Dakar out there, he's up in San Fran now, doing the flies eats. You feel me? Keeping brothers children. Oh, we got Deacon's children's book, right? Look at that. Deacon's children's book with images of, I turned to the one page that ain't got no people on it, with images of black and brown people. You see what I'm saying? Right? All throughout the book, you go Yahweh Shai himself, right? That's our kids' Bible, right? And just like any good sword, this one been ran through, right? It's been turned a few times, which is a good sign, right? I see the folds in the binding, right? But you can get you a fresh copy, you know what I'm saying? Deacon SICARRI, right? Go online, get that the hottest truth music on the market from Deacon. You got Kwadash out there in Atlanta making Kwadash staffs. See what I'm saying? Hit Sergeant Bazak up for any designer crowns, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. You know what? The camera froze, but we gonna keep going, right?
Look what it froze
Look, put it one real quick if you can hear the audio, because the camera froze, but we about to shout it out. You see what I'm saying? And look, if you see right there, this couch captivity, put some ones if you can hear it still. So I don't have to try to bother with it, right?
That's a meme right there.
Okay, brothers can still hear.
Kashab say captivity Wi-Fi.
That's all that matters. Look, we actually stepped the Wi-Fi up. I just think it's too hot in this mother day, man. The little setup is like, I'm gassed out. But like I said, support Israel. You know what I'm saying? Support your brothers. Bear one another's burdens. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to operate as a family. And let's be accountable to each other and for each other. You know what I'm saying? And let's get these numbers up. Because at the end of the day, the Most High not going to send his son back to a herd of filthy sheep. You see what I'm saying? We got to clean our act up, Israel. And look, good. I see the ones, right? But look, we about to wrap it up. Hey, if it's on your heart, right? Hit that that live chat, right? Keep that $2 drive alive. Every little bit help. Gas money, right? What they call it, the super chat. You understand what I'm saying? Hit the super chat. I ain't been like soliciting the whole time because it is what it is. If you feel like doing it, you do it. If you don't get time to do it before the broadcast ends, I mean they got all kind of options, right? Where you can support the ministry.
Super
You can
thanks.
super thanks after the live is done, so on and so forth. There's all these opportunities to support the ministry. And at the end of the day, YouTube does take out about 30%. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do a direct, contribution, the Cash App is $Bazak. That goes directly to the Wolfpack gas tank and arsenal of, printing out flyers, getting hotel rooms when we're on the road, gassing up the cars, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say, I thank y'all for joining in. We love you. You know what I'm saying? We do this for you. And with that, I want to say, call halal, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, and Kwam Yasharah.
Kwam Yasharah.